What if America's only legally protected meal wasn't created in the culinary capitals of New York or New Orleans, but on a windswept prairie, settled in a single, chaotic afternoon? What if a Greek immigrant in a rough-and-tumble cowtown bar gambled his entire life's work on a single throw of the dice and won? And what if the most famous fried chicken of 20th century America was born not from a corporate recipe, but from a wedding ring pawned in a moment of absolute Dust Bowl panic? Every plate we eat has a history, but some plates carry the weight of survival, high-stakes gambles, and radical reinvention. To find them, you have to look beyond the coastal food hubs and look deep into the heart of the American plains. Today, we are unlocking the vault on a city built faster than any other in American history, a place where necessity forced ingenuity and where the food scene was forged in the fires of grit and resilience. This is Oklahoma City, and by the time this journey ends, the way you view the American table will be reshaped forever. When you picture fried chicken served in a basket with crispy shoestring potatoes and a warm, buttery biscuit drizzled with honey, you are visualizing a meal that conquered global dining long before a certain colonel ever sold his first cardboard bucket. That exact blueprint belongs to Chicken in the Rough. Born in Oklahoma City in 1936, Beverly Osborne and his wife Ruby were fleeing the economic devastation of the Dust Bowl. Traveling west like thousands of other displaced families, their old, beaten-up car was packed to the roof with everything they owned. While driving, the car struck a severe rut in the road, sending their picnic basket of cold fried chicken flying across the front seat. Scattering pieces everywhere, brushing crumbs from her lap, an exasperated Ruby muttered 5 words that altered American culinary history. "This is really chicken in the rough." Recognizing a spark of marketing genius, Beverly turned the car around and drove straight back to Oklahoma City. Destitute but determined, they pawned Ruby's wedding ring to raise the capital needed to open a tiny drive-in on Route 66. Featuring just 9 stools and 4 booths, it became a massive success and pioneered the entire concept of fast food chicken franchises. This leads us to modern roadside dining at its loudest and most nostalgic. Car hops navigating hot asphalt on roller skates, neon signs glowing against the twilight, and an expansive menu featuring dozens of fountain flavor combinations. While the foundational roots of Sonic Drive-In began in the nearby town of Shawnee, its massive identity and national footprint were engineered entirely within Oklahoma City. The story began with Troy Smith, a World War II veteran who had faced business failures with 3 previous restaurants. In 1953, he established a modest burger stand called the Top Hat, utilizing an abandoned root beer shack. The turning point came in 1954 during a trip to Louisiana, where Smith observed a roadside food vendor using a homemade intercom system rigged to a fence line. This setup allowed customers to order directly from their vehicles without an employee ever stepping outside. Smith immediately recognized the logistical revolution. He brought the technology back to Oklahoma, implementing electronic intercoms and changing the name to Sonic to match his new corporate slogan, "Service with the speed of sound." If you have ever encountered the term Rocky Mountain oysters and hesitated, you already understand the nature of lamb fries. They are lamb testicles, meticulously cleaned, sliced thin, dredged in seasoned flour, and deep-fried until golden and exceptionally crispy. In Oklahoma City, this dish is not a culinary dare, it is a historic tradition championed for over a century by Cattleman's Steakhouse. Cattleman's opened its doors in 1910 in the epicentral heart of Stockyard City. At its peak, this district functioned as one of the largest livestock trading centers on the planet. Millions of cattle moved through these pens, driven by cowboys, ranchers, and haulers who finished grueling, dusty shifts under the intense Oklahoma sun. Cattleman's adapted to this community by remaining open late into the night and quietly serving home-distilled liquor right through the entirety of Prohibition, becoming a literal sanctuary for the working cattleman. While relatively obscure to outsiders, within the municipal borders of Oklahoma City, the Theta Burger is regarded with absolute reverence. The composition is distinct, a charcoal broiled beef patty topped with an exceptionally high mound of shredded cheddar cheese, smooth mayonnaise, crisp dill pickle slices, and a thick, smoky tomato-based hickory sauce. The burger achieved widespread popularity at the Split Tea Drive-In, which opened on Western Avenue in 1953. The Split Tea quickly evolved into the definitive hangout spot for mid-century teenagers, featuring distinctive T-shaped architectural elements and innovative electronic intercoms at every parking stall. The burger itself earned its name from the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority at the nearby University of Oklahoma, whose members frequented the drive-in and ordered this specific combination of toppings so frequently that the kitchen eventually added it to the permanent menu. The true soul of the Theta burger, however, resides entirely in the sauce. The original iteration traces its roots back to a historic downtown establishment called the Dolores Restaurant as early as 1925, where it was initially known as comeback sauce. For generations of Oklahoma City residents, the arrival of winter is synonymous with the taste of Aunt Bill's brown candy. This confection is a remarkably rich, deep amber delicacy that sits texturally right at the intersection of a soft regional praline and a dense traditional fudge, heavily laden with toasted native pecans. The origin of this sweet dates precisely to December 22, 1928, when the recipe was first printed in the pages of the Daily Oklahoman newspaper. It was published by Edna Vance Adams Mueller, a talented culinary writer who operated under the widely recognized pen name Aunt Susan. Having recently assumed control of the paper's daily cooking column, she sourced this particular confection recipe from a close personal friend named Aunt Bill. The preparation method is notoriously difficult, requiring strict precision and meditative patience. The cook must caramelize massive quantities of white sugar over a low flame, then pour the molten, boiling sugar in a continuous stream no wider than a standard knitting needle directly into a pot of hot fresh cream, stirring without a single moment of interruption until the mixture achieves the consistency of liquid bronze. Before we uncover the remaining culinary icons on our list, if you love exploring the fascinating hidden histories behind the world's most famous dishes and want to support deep dive food storytelling, please take a brief moment to hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode here on Savory Scroll, and smash that like button if you are enjoying the journey. Let us know in the comments which of these regional flavors surprises you the most, and let us get right back to the history. Traversing the highways of the American Southern Plains invariably brings you face to face with the ubiquitous yellow and brown signage of Brahms. This family-owned dairy enterprise is legendary for scooping massive volumes of premium ice cream, operating an entirely self-contained supply chain model that defies modern corporate norms. The company was established in Oklahoma City in 1968 by Bill and Mary Brahm. Prior to this, the family had operated a Kansas-based dairy chain known as Peter Pan. When they sold that initial business, the sales contract contained a strict non-compete clause. The Brahm family was legally barred from selling ice cream within the state borders of Kansas for a duration of exactly 10 years. Refusing to halt production, the family crossed the state line into Oklahoma, setting up their primary operations in Oklahoma City and establishing 24 retail locations within their very first year of regional operation. The Indian taco is constructed upon a base of fluffy, golden hand-stretched fry bread the size of a dinner plate. It is piled high with seasoned ground beef, slow-simmered pinto beans, sharp cheddar cheese, shredded lettuce, chopped tomatoes, and regional red salsa. While it evokes feelings of comfort and community at local gatherings, its deep historical origin is rooted in structural tragedy. The essential fry bread at the base of the dish was created out of sheer necessity in 1864. The United States government had forced the Din, the Navajo people, to undergo a brutal, forced 300-mile migration known historically as the Long Walk, displacing them from their traditional agricultural homelands in Arizona to a desolate, barren reservation at Bosque Redondo in New Mexico. The native crops of corn, squash, and beans that had sustained them for centuries could not survive in the poor quality soil of the reservation. To prevent widespread starvation, The federal government issued basic survival rations consisting primarily of white flour, processed lard, salt, and sugar commodities that were frequently spoiled. From these basic, unfamiliar ingredients, resourceful Navajo women developed the technique of frying dough in hot fat to sustain their families. The assembly of the specific taco configuration occurred later around 1964, introduced by Lou Shepard at the Navajo Lodge restaurant. Step into any traditional Oklahoma City diner during the early morning hours and order an Oklahoma-style chicken fried steak, and you will receive an enormous tenderized cut of round steak. The meat is pounded thin until it drapes over the edges of the heavy ceramic plate, submerged in seasoned buttermilk, dredged in flour, and shallow fried in heavy cast iron skillets until the exterior crust shatters easily under a fork. It arrives completely covered in a thick, cracked pepper cream gravy accompanied by eggs, hash browns, and scratch-made biscuits. The fundamental technique did not originate in the plains. Its lineage connects directly to 19th century Austrian and German immigrants who brought the culinary traditions of Wiener Schnitzel, a thin breaded veal cutlet, to the hill country of Texas. As the recipe moved north into the cattle-heavy territories of Oklahoma, beef systematically replaced veal and local lard, replaced traditional butter, adapting the European dish to the resources of the frontier. Another legendary frontier creation born out of absolute necessity is the Oklahoma fried onion burger. During the depths of the Great Depression in the 1920s and 1930s, beef was an expensive luxury that struggling local diners could barely afford to stock. To stay afloat and keep food affordable for working-class citizens, resourceful cooks in the Oklahoma City metro area, particularly in nearby El Reno, developed a brilliant culinary hack. They took a small, modest ball of ground beef and laid a massive handful of thinly shredded white onions directly on top. Using a heavy metal spatula, they smashed the onions violently into the meat on a roaring hot flat-top grill. As the beef seared, the moisture from the onions built up steam, cooking the meat from the inside, while the edges of the onions caramelized and charred against the iron. This technique effectively doubled the size of the burger using cheap, flavorful produce, creating an incredibly juicy, sweet, and savory masterpiece that remains a cornerstone of Oklahoma's identity today. Finally, we look at Oklahoma's official state meal. On April 19, 1988, inside the walls of the state capitol building in downtown Oklahoma City, the legislature passed House Concurrent Resolution 183. With that single legislative vote, Oklahoma achieved the unique distinction of becoming the only state in the United States to legally codify an entire multi-course official meal into law. While other states claim individual state fruits, beverages, or desserts, Oklahoma legally defined an absolute feast. The legally protected menu is expansive, consisting of 12 distinct components: chicken fried steak, barbecued pork, pork sausage accompanied by hot biscuits and cream gravy, fried okra rolled in cornmeal, yellow squash, hominy grits, sweet corn, black-eyed peas, traditional cornbread, fresh strawberries, and a slice of warm pecan pie for dessert. When aggregated, a single serving of this state-sanctioned meal contains roughly 2,700 calories, 125 grams of fat, and upwards of 5,000 milligrams of sodium, effectively doubling the standard recommended daily nutritional intake for an adult. Thank you for exploring these incredible culinary histories with us. If this deep dive into the unexpected origin stories of the plains changed the way you look at American food, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with a fellow food lover, and subscribe to Savory Scroll so you never miss our future historical food breakdowns. Let us know down in the comments which of these iconic dishes you want to try first. Stay hungry, and we will see you in the next chapter.